89 Sabers is a China-based custom saber company. They're known for making a lot of character-inspired lightsaber hilts, kind of like the ones I have right here. So this is a Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber by 89 Sabers, and this one is a Mace Windu lightsaber by 89 Sabers. So they do some very nice work, very high-quality work. The hilt design, the hilt quality is generally pretty well regarded in the custom saber community. So that's not really generally the issue with the company. Kind of the issue that people have with the company is the customer service end of things. So if you purchase something directly from 89 Sabers, there have been kind of widespread reports from various buyers that they've encountered some different problems. So I wanted to address that a little bit in this video today. And I've never purchased from 89 Sabers directly, so I have to, lead with that disclaimer. I picked these up secondhand, and they were delivered to me very quickly and in good condition. But, I'll get more into that aspect of it later. But let's get back to 89 Sabers. So, they do have a website you can go to and visit, and they have some of the lightsabers for sale there. But unfortunately, there have been quite a few reports of people having, issues with that. So a lot of people have talked about how they've ordered a lightsaber hilt and they've waited a year, even 2 years for a lightsaber. And in some cases, they're still waiting after 2 years, which is kind of a crazy length of time to wait for a lightsaber hilt, especially if you're told early on that it's going to be a much shorter time. If you're expecting it to be a few weeks or a few months maybe, and it turns into a year or two, that's quite a difference. That's a lot of waiting. And a lot of times if you end up waiting that long, you lose your buyer protection. So, like if you paid with PayPal or just various payment methods, you kind of, you lose your buyer protections after a certain amount of time. So that's not so good from the buyer end of things. And, a lot of these people, so they've reached out to 89 Sabers. They've asked them about, their order, where's my stuff, essentially. And in some of these cases, they've gotten a bogus tracking number. So several people have reported this anyway, that they've received a false tracking number, which, that's a no-no. That would be very deceptive. That would be lying, for somebody to do that. Other people have reported, they've asked for a refund because they've been waiting so long and they're just kind of like, forget it, just give me my money back. And, the company with some of these people will say, okay, I'll refund you tomorrow. And tomorrow rolls around and still no refund. So multiple people have reported that as well. And now ultimately, some of the people, that have been waiting for a long time, that have requested a refund, they've ended up getting whatever they've wanted in some of these cases. So that means they've gotten the lightsaber that they ordered, or ultimately, they've gotten the refund after a lot of kind of kicking and screaming. So, that's what, the reports are sounding like as well. But who wants that hassle if you can avoid it, right? I know I wouldn't enjoy having to, email somebody all the time to be like, hey, where's my stuff? Or, please give me a refund. That's never fun on the buyer end of things. So, yeah. Now I know City of Sabers, if you watch his videos at all, he sort of did a call out video about this topic several months ago. So this is a bit of an ongoing thing. And in his case, he has some direct experience purchasing items from 89 Sabers. So yeah, you can always check out that video if you'd like. But there have been plenty of other people kind of calling out 89 Sabers directly online. You can mostly find out about this ongoing issue in some of the popular lightsaber forums. So yeah, feel free to check those out. But okay, what are your alternatives? If you really like the designs of the 89 Sabers hilts, kind of like these, and you want to get your hands on them, well, there are some very large kind of sellers of 89 Sabers products. So like Corbanth, for example, carries some of the 89 Sabers hilts. And there's also an Etsy store called Saber Bay that carries a few of the 89 Sabers hilts. So, in both of these cases, the sellers have the products kind of in hand, and, their customer service, the companies have kind of built up a reputation on that. And so, you always need to investigate whatever company you're buying from. So don't just blindly ever take my word for anything. But it's a lot of people have been advising checking out kind of these other sellers of the products, and you can also check out the secondary market. So that's where I actually got these hilts. I got them just from an individual that was selling them off. So I purchased them on Facebook, from an individual. So that's always an option too. There, eBay, places like that. But other than that, it's just, unfortunately, there have been several people that have had problems dealing with 89 Sabers directly. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up about that if you haven't heard about it already. And if you've personally had some problems, or, if you've had some good experiences with 89 Sabers as well, I would love to hear from you, and I think all of us would love to hear from you. Please post about your experiences with 89 Sabers below. Especially just if you've dealt with this seller directly. It would be very valuable to hear from you. So, hope to hear from you soon.